Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the SLO County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 01111911.
KZOZ FM San Luis Obispo rocks.
Heyo, what up? Happy Monday. Hope you had a nice weekend.
According to CNN Business, this is the hottest restaurant in America. What do you think it is?
It's obviously a chain then, right?
Yes, it's not. It is not Giuseppe's.
Pretty funny.
Giuseppe's good. Giuseppe's is great.
The hottest restaurant chain in America. Yeah. Okay, so I'm thinking. I know it's not. I don't think it's Olive Garden. I don't think it's Buffalo Wild Wings either, because I think they used to be, but I think they've really fallen off. Who else is there? It's not Applebee's. They're closing everywhere. It's not Chili's. Do we have it around here? Probably not.
It was one of those.
Oh, was it really? It was Buffalo Wild Wings?
No.
Olive Garden?
No.
It's not Applebee's.
No.
I didn't say any others, did I? What else did I say?
The very last one you said.
Joe's Crab Shack?
No, you said it's not Chili's.
Oh, Chili's? We had a Chili's. We had two of them.
You were
they
so
closed.
dismissive. No, yeah, they're all closed. Yeah, I know, which is crazy to me.
Which
because,
I tell you
listen,
what, I've always liked Chili's. I don't understand why it didn't work. They had good drinks. They had good service. The food was good.
We'll get to that in a minute. Because I have two theories. Both are plausible, and probably why. It's probably a combination of both is the reason why Chili's is not here anymore. Should be here. Over the last year, they've increased their sales, the restaurant space. Okay, in a bad economy where food prices are through the roof, they increased their sales by 31%. I'm sorry, last quarter. They increased their sales by 31%.
That's incredible.
This is the third straight quarter of double-digit sales growth.
They must be offering like a lot of value type meals for people, because I remember fast food was fast food was getting nailed because McDonald's would be $20 to go get a Big Mac with a large drink and fry.
And that's where their success lies. Is they do a burger, it's called the Big Smasher Burger, and they advertise it as having twice the beef of a Big Mac, and the meal is $10.99. I think a Big Mac meal, at least in California, is like $14 or something like that, $13. So it's like they're like, well, come on in and get twice the beef of a Big Mac on our Big Smasher Burger for $10.99 with some fries and whatever the sides are that they do it, and drink maybe, I don't know. They have $6 margaritas. Yeah, and they have
there you go, $6 margarita. That's a great drink.
Something called a triple dipper platter, which is mozzarella sticks, Southwestern egg rolls, which are underrated, and I get them wherever I see them, but I only see them at places like Chili's and Cheesecake Factory and maybe Applebee's, which none of those places exist around here, and chicken wings. So you get Southwestern egg rolls, chicken wings, and mozzarella sticks for under $20 on the triple dipper platter, which I like to order. This is how I do triple dipper platter, and this is why people don't like to go out to a restaurant with me or go out to dinner with me, because I'm like, first place I look is the appetizers, because I want a little bit of something, a little bit of everything. So I'll get like a sampler platter like that, and I'll be like, I want that. And they're like, would you like that? Was like for the table or for yourself? No, just for me. That's my dinner. We don't get appetizers. I'm getting that as my dinner.
Yeah, and what's wrong with that? I mean, people order appetizers for dinner sometimes. Oh,
they do, but then everybody's assuming, since you're ordering an appetizer for dinner, that you're going to share it with them.
Oh no,
like our one friend that actually comes in with his shovel and reaches across you and hits you in the face with the shovel while reaching across you and says, "Hey, can I try a bite of that?" As he's scooping it up. I would never order that with him. Ever.
You just
in
have
my
to
life.
state some rules, with people like that. And that
Or
is,
build the wall.
Listen,
You got to build that wall.
I'm not going to stick my hands in your plate. I don't want you sticking your hands in mine. This is mine. I'm not a sharer. Just right from the top, right from the get-go. If you would have said that, he'd never do that, but he does. He'll do that. Literally.
But it's the thing that drives me nuts about it. It's as he is like the fork is touching the food. That's when the ask comes.
Oh, you think that's bad?
You're like, no,
visiting once.
no. And then it's already too late.
And we were at that cigar place in Paso off Spring Street, sitting in there.
No.
Bought a couple of cigars. I got up, go to the bathroom. I come back. He's got my cigar in his mouth. I go, what are you doing? He goes, well, I wanted to try yours. I'm like, no, I'm not putting that back in my mouth now. So thank God with cigars, they have a cutter. And I just went and I cut off the end that he had out on his lips. And then
you stick it in his mouth. You say, you like it that
shove
much?
down
Here
his
you
throat.
go.
Thought about it. But it was like Friday. He just got to town. We had to spend all weekend together. Like, no, I just let it go. Just thought I'd try yours. What's the big deal?
If their sales have double-digit sales growths over the last 3 quarters, yet they shuttered both locations here on the Central Coast, why do you think they shuttered both locations here on the Central Coast?
I don't know. I mean, I really don't believe that people, like, for example, the Chili's was in the 5 cities. It was in Arroyo Grande. It was up there by the Trader Joe's. Everybody knows where it was at, off the freeway. Like,
shopping galore.
This isn't
up
San
there.
Luis Obispo, all right? San Luis Obispo would never fly. It's just because people are too pretentious. They'll only eat at local restaurants, which is great. I love local restaurants and so blessed to have them. But sometimes you just don't want to go out and spend $100, right? Because local restaurants are expensive. But honestly, the quality is there, and I love having them. Sometimes I want to go to McDonald's. Sometimes I want to go to Chili's. I don't know why I didn't make it. I was so surprised. I could see people coming from Santa Maria to go to that Chili's, but because it was worth it. And I loved it. We'd go in the bar. They always had a happy hour, and I like to get their little sliders. I'd get 4 of them. And it was just, they were like literally some of the best meat. I don't know what it was. It just tasted so good. And I'm bummed.
It's insane.
So,
it's insane that
we eat there at least probably twice a month.
You're talking about America's most popular restaurant can't survive on the Central Coast. And I equate it to 2 things. One, that dynamic you were just talking about. People like the one in Paso Robles, like I can see the reasoning for it. People are vacationing in Paso Robles. There are Michelin star restaurants in Paso Robles now. And when you go on vacation and you're visiting a place, you visit it once every 2 or 3 years and you're going to go there and drink wine. You don't go to Chili's.
Or do people just like to cook at home? I mean, is that why?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think there's a little bit of that too. My son was devastated when Chili's went out of business. He was really,
I liked it.
Really upset about that.
It's the only one that Applebee's I never liked. Never became I tried. I've been to Applebee's at least 10 times. As a matter of fact, I just went to Applebee's like in the last 6 months. And I thought, it was late night though. After a concert, like, hey, they're open. Let's go there. Yeah, not a fan. Just
not a Chili's.
Disappoint me on every turn.
I like Applebee's
Chili's,
just fine. It's not as good as Chili's. Chili's is next level Applebee's. But also, I think it's a California thing. I think it's hard to do business in California when you have the costs that come with running business in California. So when Chili's looks to survive selling $10.99 burgers, they know that our profit margins are next to nothing selling $10.99 burgers in California, but in Tennessee we can open 3 more Chili's and make money off of it. Or in Texas, or in South Carolina, places that, aren't as regulatory towards the businesses that do business in their state. So I think it's twofold as to why Chili's can't survive on the Central Coast.
You can weigh in.
A little bit of the snooty factor and a little bit of the state factor.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Listen online at KZOZ.com.
Thinking about getting in the real estate game? Are you in it and you're thinking about refinancing? You want to talk to the guy that is 5-star Google reviewed. That's Justin Stearns at Assist Home Loans. Hit the link at KZOZ.com.
Yeah, and don't let the national headlines of the of the Fed not doing a drop this time scare you
Well, we
away
know it's
because
going to get better, right? At least I feel.
Justin is a magic man. He's
and
a
I'll tell you
magic
that.
man.
Now and put him on your radar. That's what you
Pay
want.
close attention to what's going on, and even when rates are staying kind of pat, he can figure out a way. He's got access to all the best tools. I'm always amazed when I'm like, hey, can you help me out with this? He's like, oh, yeah, we could do this, or this. I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Okay. People say it's easier to fall asleep with the TV blaring. Do you guys have do you have noise on in your room?
No, I can't stand it. I can't stand it blaring.
Or just have it on.
I need to have it on, but I need to have it turned way down to where I can even comprehend what's going on.
It's more of just a little bit of noise.
A murmur. It's white noise. Yeah.
So my situation is I've got a 60-pound bulldog that sleeps in bed with us, and he sleeps over near my wife. He like leans right up next to her. He has to like lean into her, but he snores. But it's not bad. I mean, it's a noise. But I also have we have an air purifier on in the room because I'm allergic to his dander, his hair. And so, and it makes it's like a fan sound, but it's not like your typical fan sound. It's kind of like a lower rumble. I love that. I have to have that. When I go places and I don't have some sort of fan noise running, I can't sleep. So when I go on vacation now, I have the Noise app. It's free, and you can pick from the ocean waves, which is one of my favorites, a creek, whatever you want to call that, wind, crick, yeah. As my grandpa would say, a crick. And roof, a rain on the roof is a really good one. I love that sound when it's raining on the roof. You can do wind. It has fans.
This is bizarre. Okay, my son, I have a tough time going to sleep at night. It's very tough. But if sometimes my son will be like, "Hey, can you lay with me as I go to sleep tonight?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then he goes to sleep. And then when he goes to sleep, he automatically kicks into like fourth gear with the snoring. And it's like his snoring is the most soothing sound. And maybe it's because he's my son or whatever it is. I think
you feel good because I feel like with George, I feel like, oh man, look at that. He's getting good sleep. He's really comfortable.
Right. You feel like okay.
It puts me at ease.
He's there.
Yeah.
And then if I don't get up within 30 to 45 seconds, that sound will put me to sleep, and I'll end up sleeping in his bed all night long. It's crazy.
Oh, I see.
It is the most
the
soothing
best sleeping
sound.
pill you can take.
If I were to record it and play it on a loop on my phone, I don't think it would still work.
I think as we get older, we change. I never used to snore. Now I do, especially my wife says if I drink or I sleep on my back. But now I just snore.
Maybe
all the time.
It has nothing to do with getting older and more to do with you becoming a raging alcoholic.
I don't drink during the week, except for on dart night.
I don't drink during the week. That's like
I only drink on Friday and Saturdays.
That's a classic alcoholic excuse. Come on.
I mean, I drink a little on Friday and Saturdays. Sometimes a little bit
now
more.
It's a little. Yeah.
But only when I'm out doing something. If I'm at home, I don't usually drink very much. But anyways, our question today is: people say they fall asleep a lot easier with the TV on. For me,
see how he changes the subject when it comes to a raging alcoholic.
I'm a very light sleeper. Light really penetrates. I can't do the light. I can fall asleep while she's watching the TV, but if she falls asleep
during the
it's
daytime,
I got to turn it off. Yeah. So we're asking you: is it the TV? Yes, you need the TV. You need a fan. The radio. Does anybody use the radio? We used to always use the radio. We used to listen to the soft rock channel. Remember Delilah?
Ooh, okay? So because I have a car, then they give you like a Sirius XM
trial.
Thing. And I was looking for. I think I found your jazz channel. Is it called Watercolors?
Yes, I love Watercolors. That's my Sunday morning.
I got to be honest with you.
It's good.
I don't want to sound like anybody who likes Stevie Winwood or anything like that.
Well, they don't play him on that show.
I know they don't play with Stevie Winwood, but or Phil Collins. I'm going to tell you, Watercolors is pretty solid.
Smooth jazz instrumentals. That's it. Well, sometimes they just introduced some singing, but if you get the app, you can get the actual just instrumental channel. But anyways, yeah, it's pretty good. And then the other one I really like is called Chill, and it's house music, and it's pretty much more upbeat.
Oh, like if you're going to shop at a downtown San Luis Obispo boutique for hours.
Yeah,
on
maybe. It's like, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, anyways. So the radio. Does anybody still use the radio? Or snoring? Yes, snoring does it. I figure somebody will probably click on that. Or no, I need quiet. I have friends that literally have earplugs in. They put a face mask on. They don't want to hear anything. And you can vote right now. KZOZ.com in the Justin Stearns Assist Home Loans poll question.
93.3 KZOZ rocks. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
All right, so I saw last week the doomsday clock was like 58 minutes to midnight, and that's due to all the like conflict in the world. You know, Iran's got nukes, and Trump's president, and all.
Remember
that
War
stuff.
Games? Do you want to play a game?
No, I don't. You know, I never saw that movie.
Oh, okay.
I know
So you don't know what DEFCON 3,
kids.
DEFCON 4, DEFCON 5 is. Okay. So we're like a DEFCON, sounds like 4, maybe 3, but you don't know what that means. So you got to watch War Games. Oh, it's good.
It's a kid movie, right?
Yeah, I mean, but even your kids today would like it, even though the computers are old and everything.
Yeah, that does not resonate. Dude, they don't understand old computers.
No, I mean,
like they look at that, they're like, "Why is that computer all messed up?"
No, it's like when the computers were the size of rooms. But it's about nuclear global war, and I'm saying that wrong, but I'm close. But anyways, yeah, I think your boy would at least like it.
And then I saw this story over the weekend, and I was like, that's worth monitoring.
Okay.
Astronomers just spotted a 300-foot asteroid in Chile. And then they started calculating how this asteroid is doing its rotation, and they think that it has about a 1.3% chance of hitting Earth in 2032. 2032 is 7 years away.
Oh, okay. Well, party on, Wayne.
They say that we'll have a better idea on what the likelihood of it hitting the planet Earth is in 2028. Because it'll come closer into its sphere. But as of right now, they think it has a 1.3% chance of hitting Earth. And that's
what we need to work on, Elon. All right. DOGE is important, Department of Government Efficiency. But you've also got Ramaswamy over there. Give him the reins. You need to jump on like blowing up this asteroid and anything that gets. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're there now. Like, come on. Elon, go get those astronauts. They've been up there, by the way, since June. 7 months is when they got stranded up there at the space station. And he's going to go get them here in the next month. We need to figure out how we can do something with lasers or something to blow up asteroids.
This would not be a world ender. It would not be a planet killer, as they like to call in the science community.
Okay, well, then
300 feet wide. It would create a massive crater.
Big cloud of dust.
It would destroy buildings up to 9 miles away from the point of impact, shatter windows, and more than that, 60 miles away from wherever it does impact.
What if you have a cellar?
So,
I guess you'd be safe if you're in a root cellar or, a basement or something.
Yeah, if you're in a wine cellar, no, because there's a lot of glass in a wine cellar.
Not all wine cellars have glass. The fancy ones do.
The bottles, where do you keep the wine?
Oh, what if you're in a cement wine cellar? I've been in cement wine cellars. They're fully enclosed in cement underground. You're safe. Then you got something to drink.
You don't think the impact is going to affect the bottles of wine at all?
I mean, not 9 miles away. I mean, if you're 5 miles from the actual impact site and you're underground, you're probably going to be okay. But I'm not a scientist, nor do I trust them.
If it
Not
did
anymore.
hit in the ocean, which is highly likely because most of our planet is
Water,
covered
yeah.
with water,
Yeah.
it would cause
Tsunami.
a massive tsunami.
That'd be something to see, wouldn't it? Holy cow.
Yeah. Give you an idea of
Buy
what
a boat,
happens.
a big one.
The last time this happened was in 1908. It was an asteroid half its size. It was 150 feet wide. And it flattened 80 million trees over an area of 800 square miles in Russia, remote Russia. Just
Oh, well, that's good.
leveled
If you're
the
going to hit
trees.
somewhere, you might as well hit the Russians in the remote forest.
Yeah.
I mean, that really probably screwed up the ozone. That's probably what the problem is.
1.3% chance.
Pollution.
One expert says he expects it to pass by harmlessly.
Okay.
He said that it just deserves a little bit more attention because,
It's going to be close.
we
I mean,
need
kinda
to
close,
keep an
kinda
eye.
close.
We need to keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
We do need to keep an eye on it.
All right. Well, I mean, listen, nobody wants to go that way. But if you're going to go,
It's interesting because you ever see those yard signs that say big meteor or for president in 2024, like it'll say fireball for president in 2024 or meteor or asteroid to wipe out the planet in 2024.
I have not
So
seen
people are
those.
like,
you live in a weird
these fun-
neighborhood, bro.
well, San Luis Obispo, bro.
Yeah.
If I drive through San Luis Obispo.
They're ready to just end it all. They
right.
probably can't even handle what's gone on the last couple of weeks.
Oh God, no!
Yeah, they're
heads
ready.
are spinning right now.
Yeah.
Heads are spinning. I mean, they're working on already building new bike lanes
could
on top of the bike lanes they already have.
Like double
decker bike lanes with double decker
electric on the top, manual on the bottom. Yeah, yeah.
Interesting enough, 2032 election year.
Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 011111911.